Welcome back. Swanubhava is a movement started by the students of performing arts in Chennai, and this year the Gandharva Mahavidyalaya in Delhi hosted them for 3 days. Also known as Nagaswaram, this wind instrument is an important part of South Indian classical music. It has 7 finger holes with an additional 5 at the bottom that doubles up as the controllers, and it is a little larger than the Shehnai.
வித்தியாசம் வந்து ஃபிங்கரிங் வித்தியாசம் உண்டு. இதுக்கு சட்ஜமும் வந்து சாஜமும் இது இதிலேருந்து ஆரம்பிக்கும் ச ரீ க அப்படின்னு. அதுக்கு வந்து ஃபிங்கரிங் வந்து கீழே அதிலேருந்து ஃபிங்கரிங் ஆரம்பிக்கும்னு சொல்லுவாங்க.
Nadaswaram is always played in pairs and is accompanied by the Shruti Petti or the Sur Petti along with the tawil or the drums.
The whole idea of Swanubhava, it's organized, it's conceptualized completely by students of the performing arts or young performers. So the Delhi Swanubhava has been completely designed by people here in Gandharva Mahavidyalaya. So my role specifically has always been a person who's just behind, and I try putting the dots together and helping things out. But like in Chennai, where we have about huge voluntary setup where people come and contribute for the festival, give suggestions for artists and all that. The same thing is happening here. The whole design is Gandharva's design.
Even though this concert started off early, the auditorium was packed to full capacity, and Vyasarpadi Kodandaraman and his team played short and crisp alapas for the Delhi audience instead of longer ones.
This is the first day of Swanubhava and the response has been overwhelming. I mean, see, for us it was quite challenging in the beginning when we started visiting schools and colleges, because there's also, they have some schools have half yearlies, exams, this, that, annual day, founders day. So then, and also these are working days and morning to evening. It's not a time where usually people attend festivals and all. So I thought it would be difficult to get audience, but the response has been just wonderful. We have our house packed. The other hall that we have the projection is also packed. So we're very, very happy with the response.
The Nadaswaram was a real treat to Delhi's music lovers. But what sealed the deal for them was the Terukuthu, or the folk performance from rural Tamil Nadu. The Mridanga Tabela became louder and louder, and the Petti and the Mukhaveena added to the setting. The Terukuthu had officially begun. This is a ritualistic theatre which tells the story of the Mahabharata and is generally performed in villages from dusk to dawn.
Normally, ritualistic kuthu is the Mahabharata. Sometimes Ramayana is done, but very, very rarely. It's the Mahabharata that is living there. And they also take up a whole lot of small stories that are in the Mahabharata. So the main stories are performed normally. They start with the Vilvalaipu, which is the education of the Pandavas and the Kauravas under Drona. And from there they begin, and each one is a separate play. Different episodes of the Mahabharata are performed as a separate play.
For the villagers, these Veshams or actors become the character they are performing and acts as a mediator between God and man. The comedian or the Kattiyakaran is ever present in every scene.
He will break the pathos. If there is too much pathos, he kind of brings in a little humor, and if there is too much slapstick, he makes it serious. He has no rule as to what kind of costume he can wear. He brings a bridge between the time of the play and current time, and between characters and between scenes. So he's a very, very important character.
A shorter version of the Samvad between Duryodhana and Dushyasana before they could bring in Draupadi was performed. A portion of the Karnamoksham repertoire, where Karna's wife Ponnaruvi is faced with the task of saying goodbye to her beloved, was also enacted. And the audience lapped it all up.
A good performance need not speak in the local language. The Terukutha truly transcended the boundaries of time and space and drew the audience into their world, Swanubhava. It's time to say goodbye in Colours of India. We'll be back next week with many more interesting stories.